Hi, comic fans. Today is Memorial Day. And being Memorial Day, yeah, it's a holiday. And you should have some fun with your friends and family. But what you really need to do is to remember with gratitude those who gave their lives so we could live in freedom. As I've gotten older, I think more about my life, people I've known, things that I've done, things that I haven't done that I wish I had done. And a lot of it really revolves around, when you really think about it, the good fortune I've had to have not just parents, but parents who wanted to come to America to give me the opportunities that they didn't have. They went to grammar school, they worked in factories, they paid for my high school and a prep school, they paid for my college. Um, I owe them a lot. And I owe the people that fought so that we can have these freedoms and the ability to succeed. It's not a guarantee, all right? It is an opportunity. And I took that opportunity. I try to instill in my children to take that opportunity. And there are a lot of people who unfortunately don't do what they need to do to take the opportunity that's given to us. And I think part of what we have to do today is to pinpoint the fact that there are people who have died, who have served, so that we have that opportunity. So, with that, let's get a little bit lighter on the subject. And I went back about 2 years ago, maybe 3 years ago, around July 4th. Gary B had a bunch of us get together and show some patriotic covers. So, without Gary B's permission, but I think he'll be okay with it, I did take clips of my presentations and I'd like to show them to you right now.
And on the
Joe,
back.
what have you
All
got
right.
for us, sir?
All right, my turn. You know, so I knew these guys would come up with these old comics and stuff like that, right? So I said I should come up with some new comics, right? So one of my favorite artists is Gabriel Delotto, right? So I couldn't resist bringing this one up here.
Oh, nice.
Superman.
Wow.
I mean, that's truth, justice, and I don't care what they say. It's still the American way.
And it's the negative space.
Except
And I
he's
love the
from
way this
Krypton.
cover's put together. You know, he's in black and white, basically his face. So the red, white, and the blue, and a little bit of yellow shows up on this thing.
What's so sad is he was originally representing the United States, and then they had to make him the world superhero.
I know, but I still say Truth, Justice, in the American Way. That was the George Reeves TV show. That's what I remember from being a kid. That's it.
Joe, what have you got for us, buddy?
Well, okay. Back in 1986, there was a company that came out. Was it Sol Brodsky's son, Gary Brodsky, started something that he called Soul Sun Publications. I think it only was involved for like about 3 years, but he had a three-issue comic, and this is issue number 2 of
I know what this is. Yeah.
Reagan's Raiders.
Okay, nice.
All right.
Nice.
So this was the story here was just basically a Captain America story where somebody developed some sort of like super juice that they could drink to save the country. But the key was, this is why I like this one so much. I mean, I like Reagan, but why I like this so much was because the juice only worked on old guys. You have to be over 70 years old for it to work.
Dang.
So for
I
me,
never read
give me
that.
the juice. Give me the juice.
All right, Joe, what have you got for us, sir?
Well, since you stole my book,
Which one?
Well, that's okay. Bill got me back and stole my
this
book.
one,
Oh yeah.
I'm going to go with this one next here.
Good choice.
This is Green Lantern Corps number 210 from March of 1987.
Oh, wow.
All right, got Guy Gardner at the top and says making the world safe for democracy. All right, and if you take a look at that, you see different people there. You see a church in the background. You see a Cub Scout, which for me was important. But the thing about this comic book is, you know, why does it say all of this? Because inside, Guy Gardner and Kilowog are actually in Russia fighting against the Reds. And they actually, you know, start to knock around or want to knock around Gorbachev at this particular point. This is 1987. So so the Berlin Wall came down in 89 and the Soviet Union basically collapsed in December of 1991. So this was kind of in the height of the Reagan stuff and all of that, you know, which is why people should have voted for this. What should have voted for this one to begin with, but that's okay.
Mm.
This is it. Green
Boy,
Lantern
you sold that book.
This is a Ed Hannigan cover.
You're pulling up my heartstrings, Joe.
That is having Aquaman on it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it
it's already
If
ahead
it
of the
was
last.
Hal Jordan, I could vote for it.
I think Joe was insinuating that comic led to the fall of the Soviet Union.
No, I wasn't
Oh.
insinuating. I was actually saying that. If it wasn't for this
Right.
comic, the Soviet Union would still be existing.
Joe, what have you got for us, buddy?
Okay, so when Action Comics 1000 came out, there were over 40 different variant covers. But one, and a lot of comic book companies, comic book stores put out their own. Newberry Comics put out one that I loved. All right, and this it's only about 1,500 of these that were printed. But every time I look at this, I think of Truth, Justice, and the American Way.
Oh.
There's a Superman family with the flag behind, looking up and being respectful. Even Crypto, the super dog, is there.
I think Crypto's a spy.
Yeah, well, he could be.
His name is really Crypto.
So this is let's see who did this. This is a Pat Gleason cover.
Yeah, that's a nice one.
Yeah, it's a beauty.
Another one I never saw. It's cool. It has a flag and represents family, so a lot of good stuff going on there.
Right. There's not too many of these out there.
Did you buy that directly from Dingleberry Comics, or what was it named?
Newberry.
All right, my last entry.
What about me? You forgot me.
Did I? Oh, I'm forgetting.
Oh, again.
Sorry, here you go. It's off the rails.
That's all right.
I'm laughing too
You
much,
got to speak
bro.
up. In
You
this
get a
show.
point by default.
After Gary stole this one,
Mm-hmm.
and I saw that All-Star comic,
Yeah.
and I saw people that think that, you know, some of the girls that they have are not 10s. I wanted to show you a girl that's a 10.
Mm.
Wonder Woman.
Nope.
Oh,
All patriotica.
yeah, I got that.
Patriotica #1. And if you turn it this way or that way, it's a flag, right?
If you put it on a string and swing it, you get hypnotized.
You can.
wow. I mean,
Oh,
something.
my.
And this is
getting
by
blown.
artist Elizabeth Torquay, a Spanish artist. She's from Spain. So it's a little bit more of a
La-di-da.
what
Wow.
you
Draw it in
saw
front of
the
you?
whole thing there.
So again, guys, people say Happy Memorial Day. Yeah, but let's not forget the cost of freedom and the lives given to protect it. Happy Memorial Day.